Commonwealth Summit is an international meeting of leaders and diplomats from all over the globe. Obviously, those nations who have a link to the British Isles and the British Empire. If David Cameron, the Prime Minister of this country, which heads up that Commonwealth, hadn't gone to this event, then it would have been a complete disaster. Of course, he should be there at the Commonwealth Summit.
But that's exactly the reason why David Cameron shouldn't be there, because it's a gathering of nations, and to boycott Sri Lanka because of their genocide record, it's an important step and a political statement that the people of Sri Lanka and the international community feel that David Cameron should be making.
But David Cameron, as Prime Minister of this country, heading up the Commonwealth, I'm going to stress again, has a responsibility to all the nations of the Commonwealth, not just Sri Lanka. These are things that should have been thought about beforehand when the decision was made by his predecessor, Gordon Brown, in 2009 to hold the summit in Sri Lanka.
As well as representing the nations of the Commonwealth, there's a certain value that brings these nations together. And those values aren't being represented when leaders go to countries like Sri Lanka. I mean, you wouldn't see David Cameron going to war-torn parts of Afghanistan to hold Commonwealth meetings.
Okay, very true, that does make sense. However, you will find diplomats from this country going to places like Afghanistan because you don't get anywhere in the world, you can't make progress happen unless you're there on the ground talking to people and engaging them in dialogue and debate. And I'm pretty certain that's what David Cameron and the other politicians at the summit will be doing.
That's exactly what I think they won't be doing. The Commonwealth is about trade. It's about furthering trade relations. It isn't about addressing the genocidal record of the Sri Lankan government. I mean, there's people mobbing David Cameron's car when he went to the northern regions with pictures of their loved ones. There's a very real pain that the people feel, and that pain isn't going to be discussed at trade meetings.